It's Sunday, May 13th, 2018, and it is time for Sunday Smorgasbord. That's right. We're going to talk about some stuff. First, we're going to start off with the channel stuff. Not doing as well as I'd have hoped. We had 3 straight weeks of over 100 views, and then this week we only got 66. So we're at 1,077 views on 148 videos. We did 9 this week. 2 of them were neutral zone and fraction videos. So those kind of add a little bit of extra. But we do have 18 subscribers, so we went up to 2 subscribers this week, which is good. So I've made a couple changes to the schedule. Tuesday it was a song dissections. I'm going to change it to something else for a small time. We'll see what happens with it. Basically, game reimagining is what I'm calling it right now. It's not a real great name, and I got to think of I got to imagine a better name for the game reimagining title. But we're going to go with that for now until I get to get something better. But it's basically the reimagining of old games that haven't really been either released in a long time or really could use a reboot or just a redo to make it better. The first one I had was Bubsy, where I changed it to Bubsicus the Destroyer. So I came with that one. It's like I'll do other games. Most of them I'm going to do is going to center around old Atari games that we haven't seen in years that we could update. Because remember, old Atari games just were one screen or maybe moved a little bit, but very plain, blocky graphics. But how could you update these very simplified games that only required a joystick and a button to something a lot more, modern, I guess would be the way to put it. And then on Thursdays, it was nostalgia tripping, but nobody was watching them. So I decided I would try, because I love talking about sports, especially Colorado sports, which is where I'm from, where I live. So I decided to do the Colorado Sports Report, where I'll cover all things Colorado sports, even soccer and lacrosse and whatever major league Colorado sports we have. I'll cover it, even maybe some college stuff as well. If we have, CU or CSU or DU or Northern Colorado or somebody like that, or Air Force is doing well. So I'll cover those as well. So it's just kind of a couple of changes. Everything else will stay the same. Sunday Smorgasbord is the same. Monday is Van Ranten on sports. Wednesday is still going to stay, Easy Gamer. Friday is going to still stay Song Dissections, and Saturday is going to stay My Tens. So Tuesday and Thursday are the ones that are going to change for now. Like I said, this channel is still in its infancy, and we're still trying to find our way with it, and trying to think of things that you guys might actually want to watch, or shows that I just want to do just because they're fun. I did the 2 song dissections every week for a while because it was fun. I like doing them. So that's just a few changes for now. Of course, if I do any more changes, I'll keep you informed. So, but right now we're gonna talk a little bit about E3, and E3's coming up in less than a month, and we're also going to talk about the leaked games for Canadian Walmart. Now that was a big thing. A Canadian Walmart website leaked a bunch of games. Leaked. Now Canadian Walmart is trying to say it was just a glitch. That's not a glitch. Somebody intentionally put those in. There was probably just some young person in there, somewhere in their IT department or somewhere in their marketing department or somewhere that just said, I'm just going to throw a bunch of this stuff on here for fun. So if you look at the games, we could go down the games, and a lot of people are saying, these are already rumored games for E3. Okay, first off, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. The Division 1 didn't even do that well, and we're going to already talk about The Division 2. I'm going to say not so much. Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell, maybe. We haven't had a new Splinter Cell in a long time, so it's possible. Insurgency Sandstorm. I don't even know what that is, so that's possible. Last of Us 2. We already know The Last of Us 2 is actually a thing. Just Cause 4. Just Cause 3, I don't think has been... The time between Just Cause 2 and Just Cause 3 seemed like a lot longer than 3 and 4. And I'm not even sure 3 did as well as they thought it was going to do. It's still a fun game. I love the destructible environments, but it always feels thin other than blowing a bunch of stuff up in a lot of neat ways, it feels like a thin premise, and it can get tedious pretty quick. Destiny Comet. I don't know if that's supposed to be a DLC for Destiny, but Destiny Comet. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it has to do with that meteor or something that was gonna land in Fortnite. I don't know. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Well, we know this game is out there. We know it exists. We've seen screenshots, video. We've seen a ton of stuff on it. We just haven't seen a lot of gameplay footage of this. And of course, at E3, a lot of people are hoping to actually see this game again because it's been gone. And like I have a video that I did on the Final Fantasy VII Remake. When will we see it? I think you might see it this year with some gameplay footage so that we can actually see what kind of a battle system we're going to get. Metroid Prime, we know it exists. Metroid Prime 4, actually, we know it exists. Nintendo might show a little bit. Beyond Good and Evil 2, also a game that already exists, so we're fine. Rage 2, I guess Rage 2 is the one that's blowing everybody's mind. Why? I mean, people read, if Beyond Good and Evil 2 can, if Beyond Good and Evil can get a sequel, then so can Rage, okay? And with the reimagining, they could, because remember, Prey was actually a reimagining. It wasn't like the original Prey. Prey 2 was a reimagining of something else. So it wasn't, so maybe Rage 2 will be, Rage was supposed to be a big deal and it just never found its footing. Well, maybe Rage 2 will find its footing. But if we go off of Mirror's Edge and Mirror's Edge Catalyst, probably not. Assassin's Creed, I'll say that they'll announce one, but they're not going to release it anytime soon because the people at Ubisoft said they are not going to release Assassin's Creed games every year again. They want to release them as they are finished. So instead of trying to pump one out every year, they're going to, hopefully make a good one every couple of years. NBA 2K19, well, yeah, we know that exists. WWE 2K19, yeah, we're fine. I'm sure they'll both get some play at E3. Dragon Quest 2. Now, a lot of people say that might be Dragon Quest Builders 2. So see, there's so many typos and so many bad things about this, and it's so vague. I think it was just somebody at the Canadian Walmart that was just having a laugh. Super Smash Brothers, we know that's a thing. Borderlands 3, we know that's kind of a thing. They've been, hinting at that. Lego DC Villains, once again, these are games that have all been kind of hinted at in the past, and we'll probably see a lot of these at E3. Gears of War 5. Gears of War 4 I don't think did all that well, but, it's a Gears of War. Maybe they'll make it better in 5. But the one that kind of blows the credibility right out of the water. This one, I'm sorry, but this game blows the credibility of this list. We know a lot of these games are probably going to be there at E3 because they're rumored already. They've been rumored in the past. So E3 this year could be something. We know that these games are out there and they exist and they're going to at some point be for sale. But Forza Horizon 5. We haven't had Forza Horizon 4 announced yet. E3 is usually where they announce the Forza games. So Forza Horizon 4 will get probably announced. Forza Horizon 5, I guarantee you, they will not announce Forza Horizon 5 at E3 2018. I will guarantee it. Unless it's as a joke. They might do it as a joke just to kind of play off this list and poke a little bit of fun at it. But Forza Horizon 4 will be the game so that's what kind of makes it blows this list out of the water. The list has typos in it. The list doesn't have complete titles of games. The list doesn't have, trust me, this list is bogus. It's somebody goofing at Walmart, some probably kid or somebody like that might have been, the thing, you can do anything on your last day, and maybe on their last day of work, they just put in a list and just kind of messed with their boss or something. But a lot of these games we knew were already going to exist, but Forza Horizon 5, and I think some of these games, just Dragon Quest 2, Insurgency Sandstorm. Why don't you just put Call of Duty whatever and the next Battlefront or whatever, or Battlefield? But that's the list of those. And And surprisingly, that took a long time to find just a list of the games. Everybody just wanted to show the picture of the, and it's like, you can't read that on a phone. I needed a list. It took forever to find. So a lot of people are starting to talk about it. It makes E3 irrelevant because these games get leaked all the time. They're not necessarily really leaks. I think a lot of these companies just kind of spit stuff out to get people saying, oh, it's a leak, we've got information. So a lot of the news organizations go, oh, we've got information nobody else has. No, you got information that's going to be leaked to somebody, and then everybody has it. And what it's for is to create publicity, create hype. Believe me, these game companies aren't stupid. They know how to use the press. They know how to use social media and things like that. They understand. They understand people go nuts if something isn't intentionally supposed to come out. So you call it a leak, and then every, news organization loses their mind that covers video games. So it's the saying goes like, well, what do you need E3 for then? E3 is still just a lot of fun. I mean, these games get to be showcased, and it's a place for industry insiders to go, and a place for everybody to kind of gather. And I'd love to go to E3. I think it'd be a kick in the head. It's a place to showcase a lot of their wares, and some of these games won't get any hype. If you announce some of these games, they're not going to get any hype anyway. So you have a convention like E3. Conventions are just a part. Every major industry has some kind of a convention. So there's nothing wrong with E3 existing. I mean, it's like there are tons and tons of video game conventions. Why do people pick on E3? Is PAX any more useful than E3 for announcing stuff? E3 is just another convention. It's where a lot of the big announcements are made. Middle of the summer, you're not getting a lot of big games anyway. So beginning of the summer. So in June, when the big games aren't even coming out, announce them. You get people excited. You show them gameplay footage. You show them, hey, this game is going to be out at the holiday season. This is what you're going to get. E3 to me is still incredibly relevant. Yeah, can you announce these games online and then everybody else will just pick them up and run with it? Absolutely. The Red Dead Redemption trailer, they released it. The Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, they released it. And probably 700 YouTube sites, including mine, did a reaction video to it and analyzed the video and analyzed the trailer over and over again and hypothesized and imagined and did all this stuff. So, it's I love living in this age because you have access to all that stuff so quick. So E3 is not irrelevant. E3 is going to have some awesome announcements. It's going to have some stuff that we're going to get to see actual, instead of just a little picture on Walmart's website that has a placeholder that is just, a black board, it's a black square with a white name written in it. We're actually going to get to see, trailers. We're going to get to see gameplay footage. It's going to be exciting. And I can't wait for E3. I mean, much like the NFL draft, where I did a ton of stuff on the NFL draft during that whole week, I'll probably do a lot of stuff on E3 and all the stuff that comes out for that. So if you like the video game stuff on here, look forward to that. If you like the sports on here, you probably won't look forward to that week that much. So I still think E3 is relevant. A lot of people are kind of bagging on it and saying it's not really. No, it's like none of these trade shows or conventions are really relevant anymore. If you really want to think about it, you could announce everything online if you really wanted to. There's still a place to go and gather and meet with industry insiders and make connections for a lot of these people. So there is nothing wrong with the convention. And you see by the foot traffic at a lot of these conventions, people like going to them as well. So let's not bag on E3 or any of those conventions. They're fun. People like to go to them. Let them enjoy them. Don't try to kill E3. Enhance it. Make it bigger. Make it better. Advertise for it. Just, hype it up. It's a fun time to be a video game fan. Is this time of the year when we're getting close and all this stuff starts getting rumored and announced, and then you get to see E3 and see who was right, who was wrong. It's a good time. Can't wait. Less than a month away. And then I'll get to see where Forza Horizon 4 takes place. So, with all that being said, to the troops, past, present, and future, thanks for the freedom.